good, and I've been a resident of Camberwell for 10 years. I've got an organisation called Warrior Princess Jedi Training Academy. Warrior Princess represents mothers and strong women who travel, experience and come back to the community and give something back.
My name is Victoria Shaskin. I'm the Education Director of Collective Artists Theatre Company. Collective Artists is a professional theatre company. We tour main stage performances of mostly West African work, and we tour those all across the country and also internationally. We work with young people across South East London using theatre as a tool for social change.
My name's Steve Peake from the Synergy Centre, which is a local community arts venue in Camberwell, working with a wide variety of different creative and cultural organisations to provide them with affordable and accessible space.
My name is Rohan Wijatunga and I represent Community Media Design.
I'm Michelle Bahario and I'm the Project Director of Coulton Arts.
My name is Sarah Lindley and I work for the Funky Monkey.
I'm David Mengoli. This is GX Gallery.
Stephanie, Illusion College.
This is the Tuesday morning art group at the Camberwell Centre.
I'm Vicky Forrester. I'm a jeweller. I've set up Flex Studios in Camberwell and I also teach jewellery.
I've studied at Camberwell College of Art for 4 years.
The potential of the arts scene in Camberwell is huge because we have so many art students from the Camberwell Arts College, and also there's a thriving arts community here of older people who are not students anymore, who are painters, writers.
I think the potential of art and culture in Camberwell is very, very high. As a gallery, I think we do a great deal in involving the local community. The fact that a gallery perhaps represents artists which come from that particular area. We've invested, I personally have invested a huge amount as well on the site. We really believe in Camberwell. We really want Camberwell to be a beautiful place to spend time.
As a social enterprise, our goal is to make money to help out the community.
Many diverse communities that live in the area are quite economically deprived but enjoy quite a considerable wealth of culture and creativity, but yet they're often unable to harness the economic potential of that culture in order to be able to translate it, for example, into employment.
Coulton actually manages to get 15% of people who come to us go back to work or to college or into volunteering opportunities elsewhere. We contribute to the fact that I'm employed and I live in Camberwell, therefore I'm bringing money to the local economy. And there's a statistic, and that is that for every £1 you spend locally, £3 will come in on top of that.
But I've seen firsthand the benefits that people derive from being able to be creative.
Students have the time and have the energy to be able to kind of really put forward these ideas. Like, it's not just about what maybe the community might think as pretentious or pointless. They actually will kind of take on board projects that don't necessarily have to generate money.
Keeping stuff inside that affects you sometimes, and through drawing, writing, singing, dancing, it like shows to other people like what your emotions are, and maybe they can learn from it as well.
I think networks are a very important thing. So I think other boroughs certainly have shown that there's a lot of creative potential, and I think we can easily do the same because we have the people in the borough, and there's scope to attract more on the creative side.
Organisations like Collective Artists can play a key role in community cohesion and in developing that sense of Camberwell as inclusive for everyone.
My group especially brings all the differences of people together. People can see that the rainbow that shines from here actually all stand together and they're not separated, everyone actually is quite unified. The thing is, there's lots of people around here that do not use this area well, you know, and I think that's a shame. And then even if you're used to your area and you know what is around you, you have a foundation for when you grow up.
It keeps all of us older people out of the doctor's surgery and out of the hospital a great deal.
It makes you look at the surrounding in different ways.
If it's your talent, it advances in it because maybe there are other people watching you and they might give you advice or tips.
Well, there's lots of talk about it becoming the next centre of arts, I think, within London, in the next area for regeneration instead of it spreading further east. Maybe it's spreading south. Artists tend to move to areas where rent's cheap, and then regeneration happens because it becomes a cool place to be. And then graphic designers move along because it's a cool place to be, and then property developers move along and buy out.
The ideal way of structuring partnerships between community organisations such as ours and the council is for the council to act as a facilitator and a champion, creating political support for organisations, particularly up-and-coming organisations, lobbying on behalf of local groups and reaching out to new organisations to create new solutions to existing problems.
I mean, one of the things in Southwark is we have high crime, high knife crime with very, very young people. Now, what does that tell you about what we need? We need buildings and we need accessible spaces where people can access activities.
In order to get stuff done, you need to have space, and space is in very short supply locally, let alone affordable space.
To be truthful, we do need a big place, like really big, and each has a lot of holes in it.
Unless we have sustainable funding and to meet our core cost needs, then we're not going to be able to deliver those programs in a sustainable way that's going to help the community.
You never know what
1 year to the next.
if it's gonna, if we're gonna.
So the local authority could help more,
class.
couldn't they, if they
They do a
wanted
hell of a
to?
lot more.
But they seem to think you're hobby painters, so they're not interested.
Yeah.
I think the council plays a major role really in creating a creative or a more creative environment which would allow a business like this to succeed.
If we had a nice, lovely butterfly post, a massive one, you know, which had all the lovely things that are happening in Camberwell written down.
Practical things, I think the parking, being in a situation where people can park for a short period of time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and enjoy perhaps services that are offered in an area. But we do have a very, very big car park that is just at the back of Camberwell Grove Lane, which during the day I think it gets widely used and it's great, it allows people perhaps to shop, but at night that car park becomes completely deserted.
If you are going to really build a creative hub, what it is, it's a network, it's a ladder of opportunity for everybody. So that from the kids who've been thrown out of school and can be re-brought in by using the arts, to the graduates who need business experience, to the established companies that need to have follow-on space. I think if you can build that ladder of opportunity, then that's how you really end up building a hub that is workable and is really sustainable.
One of our problems, I think, in Camberwell is the Lambeth-Southwark divide. On the political side, I think Southwark have been quite good in acknowledging Camberwell's plight in the last few years. Lambeth is we are totally off the map as far as Lambeth is concerned. And we, as a bunch of people, need to address that, because we need to say to the politicians on both sides of the borough boundaries, you've got to start acknowledging that Camberwell's a place that's got extraordinary potential, and it has had extraordinary potential for a very long time, and it fails to meet that potential because there's not a political will there.
I think what would make Camberwell special and stand out is let's look at our resources. What is the unique personality of Camberwell, for good and for bad, and build on that, because I think that's half the battle, and I think we have a really unique opportunity to actually use arts as a kind of a catalyst to get people again to feel proud of their area. You're likely to be more successful if everyone's actually interested. You're not just trying to force them into gentrification and regeneration. A lot of people don't want to be regenerated, and part of that, don't regenerate me, I'm fine the way that I am. Why can't you just value and respect me and stop trying to make me into somebody else?
I think it's really interesting what you're saying about you don't want to be regenerated, but in some way that's because it's something that happens to you. The great thing about culture and creativity is if you all link together, you can use that to make the place you want it to be.
man. Spinning and rapping, romping to the beats. Russian band scrapped. Some DJ penny metal with black fur Cossack hat. Jigs back and forth, jumping to sword dance. While smashing plates, hot wax and circular. As necks shake loose from bodies at Brixton's jam. While I revel in the visual, sweet sonic syncopation of a Rotunda-style G.